Right now we have a conversation. I have with me Aina Enitan Olalekan, widely known and recognized as Giovanni. Interesting. Within the industry. Of course, presently he holds the esteemed position of Director of Operations at Troniq Music Inc. and of course a distinguished establishment representing luminaries in the Afrobeat genre, including Oxlade, revered gospel minister Pita, and the fast-rising star Kohdee. Hi, Giovanni. How you doing?
How you doing?
Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, now, of course, I'm going to ask about the name because I don't know how we move from Enitan to Giovanni. What's the make it make sense?
It's a nickname I picked up. You know, like, obviously, when I studied music, so in college we studied about some Renaissance composers, and one popular name there is Giovanni Palestrina. And then it was actually a pioneer, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I like this name, I'm going to stick to it. And then, you know, I started to introduce myself as that. And, you know,
Giovanni.
your friends start to call you that, and then you move.
And you just caught on.
Yeah.
Amazing. So now you have a very interesting story, right? I think your story is kind of opposite of what normally happens. Some people get into music and leave what they normally like to do. But yours, you studied music in school, and then, so tell me about that experience. How did you find yourself studying music in school in that year, right? University of Lagos.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
For me, you know, I probably, my dad is a composer. So, you know, we've always been in...
Making sense.
Yeah, we've always been in the choir, and I used to play instruments right through, you know, high school and, you know, grade school and all of that. And then I was like, okay, what can I study that, you know, I would enjoy? Because, you know, Nigeria now, you pick something and then it doesn't always work out. So I was like, you know what, I need to do something I enjoy and something that I can actually cope with. So I picked music. And, you know, I got in and I found out that it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like, you know, the music that it's outside. It's more of like, you know, classical music, compositions, and, you know, the theory of everything. And, you know, it wasn't African popular music as we call it in the educational side of music. But you say Afrobeats just randomly outside, but they call it African popular music.
Okay.
So, you know, I just felt like it was something I could relate to, so that's why I picked it.
All right, but initially you wanted to go into sports.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, how did that pan out, and what sports particularly?
Rugby. Yeah.
Look at your climate.
Yeah.
The environment in which you're wearing.
I mean, like, you know, for me, I love sports. I used to play, my brother used to play football, so I used to sprint. So I was like, you know, I can't just be sprinting, because sprinting is like, you know, 10 seconds across, you know, the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to do something that is like, you know, so, and I like...
Had you ever played rugby before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, I saw I saw a couple of guys training in school, and I was like, and I walked up to the coach and I was like, yo, I want to try out, sign me up. So... That's how we got into the team.
And that's how you got into the team?
Yeah, and I did try to further, you know, like try to play professionally, you know, it just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen. So now let's talk about music that actually did happen. Despite the fact that you were not so crazy about it, right? So now tell me, so not being crazy about music, but being in the field, how did you now pick off and start doing like notable stuff?
I used to be around producers. I used to live beside prominent Afrobeats producer Blaq Jerzee.
Oh, okay.
He produced African Queen. So I used to go to his studio and just watch the likes of Wizkid, Two-Face, you know, Yemi Alade, The Band, Kenny's Music. Just come to the studio, and I was like, you know what? It sounds good, like, but I can't sing. Like, I can't sing. I tried to rap, but, you know, that didn't pan out well.
Can you try again?
No, definitely not. I tried to rap, it didn't pan out well, and I was like, you know what, let me, my friend told me, and he was like, yo, I have this guy, he's a great singer, and I was like, and you know this person, you know that person, you know, we just needed that. And I was like, yeah, you know, I've spoken to a few people, we just do this and that. Yeah, but it's not, it's not easy, man.
It's not easy now. Okay, so now where did you find yourself succeeding? So you couldn't do it yourself, but is it that you found out the fact that you were good at spotting new artists,
I mean,
listening to new
yeah,
sounds?
when, you know, the thing about music executives is we believe in the talent and, you know, we support them. So the talent comes up and says, oh, yo, I want to make it out of the hood, or I want to, you know, take my family out of this, or I want to become a star. And you're the first person that believes in that artist. Aside their family members, depending, it's not always the family. But you believe in the artist and you take it and you say, you know what, I'm going to support you. Then you guys, you start going everywhere, taking your CDs to
different.
different.
So now, what are those qualities that you? So of course, not everybody like that walks up to you and say, "Oh, I want to be a music star." You actually, but what are those qualities that makes you believe in an artist? What are they?
Confidence, you know, humility, of course the talent.
Aha! Wait, I was waiting for I was waiting for you to get there.
Of course the talent itself, and you know, you just see that star and you can just see it whether or not that person is actually made for it.
Yeah. So let's use a typical situation now. Let's do a Davido Wizkid type situation. So now there is a lot of bants in the industry about who has the talent and who has the character, right? So now what would you say in your case?
Both have talent.
Don't do that.
No,
Let's analyze it as a
is
music executive. Just imagine Davido Wizkid 30 years ago, they came to meet you, they said, okay, you know what? I want to run up in this industry. Help me out. Who would you sign up? Give me a name.
If I was to pick with none.
Reasons, please.
Wiz doesn't have the best voice.
Okay. Wiz doesn't have the best voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, he's good. He can write. So, you know.
Does he write most of his songs now?
Yeah, I mean, you start off writing most of your songs. Everybody has that quality that makes them, you know, unique in a kind of way. You know, David is a good performer. He's confident, so you know he can stand in front of a crowd and, you know, tell them, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And like, you know, be very confident. Yeah. It comes off, if you look at him, it comes off as someone that was shy initially, but like, you know, the music brought that out.
Yeah.
So he expresses himself through the music. And talent is relative, so I can't say everybody, it's like playing football. Like I might be good in, you know, showboating, and another person might just be a prolific striker.
So what do you think is this about Wizkid that puts him in the spot? That puts him in the lights?
Is unique.
How? In what way?
So Wiz comes to you as, you know, a star that everybody wants to be. So you just see that star in him. Like, you know, I'm a fan of all of them. So I just pick the important parts of them, and you know, that's what I take from it. So.
I have a lot of questions to go, but we're short on time. But we have breakfast right in the kitchen. Okay. And we'll be heading there in a bit. Thank you so much for indulging me. Interesting. All right. We'll be going on a quick break, and when we come back, so much more happening here on Wake Up Nigeria.